Good day, friends. Welcome back to Frontier Patriot. I'm Ron Rayfield. This is my beautiful, gorgeous, most awesome, super cool wife, Justine Rayfield.
What am I supposed to say that? But thank you so much.
Today is Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day. We hope that you all have something sweet to eat and have somebody nice to come home to. Yeah.
Someone sweet to come home to.
Someone sweet to come home to.
Something sweet to eat.
So sweet, yes. We've got chocolate dipped strawberries. We've got chocolate biscuits.
Chocolate biscuits.
And there's Suprise. It's in a little teapot there. It's not what you think.
There's not tea in the teapot. Okay, so I got curious. I looked into how long have people been giving each other roses on Valentine's Day. I thought it was kind of a recent thing. Mm-hmm. It turns out they've been doing that since at least the 1600s.
Wow.
Which is just fascinating to me. It's the whole like trade route thing of how are people getting flowers in the middle of winter like that is absolutely fascinating to me. But it's like, how are we getting flowers today? They're shipped up from a different location, and it was the same 200 plus years ago.
And greenhouses as well. There are florists in this time, and also dried flowers are a thing too this time of year.
A big thing.
Now, we got live ones here. We don't have any dried ones, but that is a good option, is dried ones.
Yes, so today we have chocolate biscuits.
Yes.
Which Ron made.
Which Ron made. Is that supposed to be bad or good?
I've already had 2 of these.
Oh, it must be good. They are from 1810 from the professed cook.
1812.
Sorry, 1812. The professed cook.
Yes.
They are chocolate biscuits.
I actually really, really like them.
They look really nice, and they smell nice. There's a nice chocolate aroma here. Yes. Disclaimer, they had chocolate back then. If you're just joining us for the first time ever, here's a couple things they were crazy about. They were crazy about lemons. They were crazy about chocolate. Yes.
Yeah,
so they definitely had chocolate.
Those 2 things are in every dessert in this time period. I love these.
You love them?
I love these.
Okay.
I'm really glad that you decided not to just randomly open a book and make a recipe from a random page like you said you were going to do in the last video. Who does that?
We tried
That's just
it,
mean.
but we couldn't find a good one, if you know what I mean. So.
No, it's like, what special holiday coming up? What should I do for my wife?
Eel pie.
Yeah, exactly. Let me just randomly turn in this book. Calf foot jelly. Oh, she'll love that. No. Thank you.
Wife, I am thirsty. Can you please pour me up some beverage?
Yes. Now, I am with child, 21 weeks today.
Yes.
And for some reason, I absolutely cannot tolerate tea anymore. It disgusts me. So instead, we have just milk.
It looks so funny coming out because it's white and it's not brown like tea or amber colored.
We literally just have milk in this teapot.
This is the fanciest pouring of milk I've ever seen in my life. Do I have to still do this and sip it?
Mandatory. Now, I know some people like to put milk in their tea. It's a very British thing to do. In the United States, we don't really do that so much. We prefer honey in our tea, and that's about it. Yeah. But this is like 100% proof.
You know, speaking of giving flowers and stuff, they've been doing that for a couple hundred years, like Justine said, but they've also been writing love poems, love note letters, if you will. The cards that we know today are more of a 20th century, late 19th century thing, but back in the day, you would just make up your own.
Homemade.
Yes,
homemade stuff means more, in my opinion.
Well, should we try one of these?
We should.
And I'm interested if they're dunkingable or not.
I think they will be dunkable. So we're gonna try these and review them for you. Now, Ron already had one of these. I have to admit.
I did try one off camera, and first bite, I did not like it.
His reaction was hilarious.
I said, these suck.
He said, it's like a sponge.
They are very spongy. But the more I ate, like, look at that. It just comes right back. And there's no baking powder or baking soda. It's just whipped egg whites. So it's basically like a meringue.
They may do without the leavening agents back then.
Some leavening agents that they used back then were yeast, egg whites, pearl ash, pot ash, and then comes along baking soda and baking powder. So there are ways to get leavened bread, if you will.
Cake and
cake.
All that. If you don't put any leavening in a cake, it will come out like a brick.
Oh, yeah. But as I ate on, the taste came. The taste is good. It's like a sponge at first. But
I
let me
love
try
it.
dunking. I think they're so spongy they're gonna soak it up and it's gonna be really nice.
These are really, really good. And another reason why I think that your first reaction was is because you were expecting these to be a cookie.
They do look like a cookie.
They look like cookies, but they're biscuits.
Yeah.
Now, there's kind of sort of a difference. I mean, again, if you're in England, it's a cookie, whatever, a biscuit. But this is not meant to be as sweet as a cookie.
Right, it's definitely not. It's as soft as a brownie almost. It's
It
really
is.
soft.
It's soft like a chocolate cake, and it's not as sweet as a chocolate cookie.
Mm-hmm.
It's mildly sweet, and I like things that aren't super sweet.
Yeah, and dunking it has made it so much better.
Because these were probably made to be eaten with tea or coffee or milk.
Okay.
This is good. This is real good.
As long as the milk is involved, these are getting. I'll give these an 8.
Mmm.
I like soft cookies or biscuits, if you will, but I also want a little bit of crunch on the outside.
Oh yeah.
These don't have it. Now we did make a version of these that didn't have flour in it 2 years ago, and they were like crystallized.
I did not like those.
Mm-mm. They were just meringue, sugar, and chocolate. That was it, I believe.
Gluten free, but way too
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, way too
Way
sweet.
too sweet. I like these. In fact, these are going to be in my regular rotation.
Really?
I think so.
Okay. We've been adding a lot of things this year so far to our regular rotation. The chicken croquettes, little chicken nuggets. Trying to think what else we made. We made so many awesome things this year so far.
That's like literally the only thing that he's thinking about.
that steak with that sauce last time. Oh man.
That was good. That was very, very good. I guess the theme today is chocolate.
So what would you rate these?
Okay, from a historical point of view, I'd give this a 9 out of 10.
Thank you.
These are really good. Yes, Ron, you did a fantastic job. I mean, I can imagine packing these in a basket and bringing it as a gift to my neighbor. 1812?
You'd be a
I
nice
see you.
neighbor.
I see you, 1812. You doing good out there. Mmm. This is like my 4th cup of milk today.
I'm liking these more the more I eat them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stop after this one though.
Yeah, because we have one of my favorite things to eat.
These are, I will say, these are very dense. They will fill you up.
They will fill you up. These are fantastic when they're served with some sort of a drink. I would highly recommend you make this at home. Do not skip out on beating the egg whites until it looks like a meringue. You will regret it.
You have to do that.
You have to do it. That's the leavening agent in it.
And the trick is to get a spiced chocolate. If you guys want the best chocolate, a chocolate that most resembles what they would have had back then, probably, you need to check out Early American. Or no,
you can check out Early
there's
American.
so many of these brands. American Heritage Chocolate.
Yeah.
They have the best chocolate. It's spiced. I mean, you can make them with plain chocolate and they'd be plain, but you're really missing out if you don't get the spiced chocolate. Because chocolate back then used to be spiced and it
did.
excellent.
The quality of the chocolate is very, very important when you're making a chocolate dish. This is a no-brainer.
Mm-hmm.
But we take that for granted today. We just go to the store, we pick up some Hershey's cocoa. That's trash.
It's
you
disgusting
can't. You
compared
cannot.
to...
Yeah, compared to what they would have had back then, the chocolate back then is like mandatory. It was mixed with cinnamon, with nutmeg, with anise, with clove.
And I think even some kind of chili pepper, possibly.
A lot of times it
Little
did
bit.
have a little bit of cayenne in there. It was like mandatory. That's what chocolate was. And they sold chocolate in the 18th and early 19th centuries, usually in a bar.
Okay.
In a bar form, that's how you would have gotten it, so you would have had to grate it.
Well, that's what we did. And if you want to see me and Justine make this, please go over to our main channel. That's Early American. Over there, we eat it. And here we...
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Over there, we cook it. And here
we eat
it. I'm getting all mixed up today, I tell you.
Yeah. So when you go to Google, when were chocolate bars invented, it won't say that. That's because that AI, whatever, is talking about when chocolate snack bars were invented. Think like Snickers and Twix and that kind of stuff. It's not talking about baking bars.
Right.
Yeah. we have many advertisements from early times of them selling chocolate bars for baking, so we know they existed.
But early Americans sell stuff for both baking and for eating.
American heritage!
Oh, sorry. Man, what is going on
It
today?
has the word American in it?
Yes.
Right.
Anyways, they sell good bars for eating and for cooking.
Very good.
And once you try it, you will never want to touch that 20th century junk ever again. I
Not
promise
sponsored.
you that. We're not sponsored. We're just doing our due diligence as
and helping you
historian
out.
reenactors and telling you.
Yeah, telling you that the ingredients that you use are very important.
Yes. All right. Speaking of history, going down the list here. We're talking about my vest.
Meow.
Rawr.
Meow.
I made this vest. We went to a ball last weekend here at St. Genevieve, the King's Ball, and I said, you know what? I need something to wear. Justine had something new to wear this year. I needed something new to wear. And I keep looking at all these paintings and illustrations from the time, and I see these dandies, if you will. They're wearing this cheetah print. Now, I'm no dandy, but does it look nice? Oh, yeah. So I was like, you know what? Let's go to the fabric store, and I picked me out some nice cheetah print here. Now, they had both print cheetah fabric back then, and they also had the real furry, fuzzy stuff. I mean, there's multiple examples that we can show you of people wearing fur, and it's cheetah fur, or it's some other kind of fur, or it's just cheetah print.
Leopard.
Yeah, leopard. Or, yeah, I get them mixed up. It's got spots, and it's yellow and red.
When
or
he
yellow and
says
black, okay?
fabric store, he means we went to the zoo with a tranquilizer gun. No, I'm kidding.
I went on an excursion in Africa, and I got one.
Yeah. No, any excuse to go pick up fabric. We like going to Joann's Fabric
Yes.
and Hobby Lobby and all that.
But this turned out pretty nice, and I'm not trying to brag or anything. I did not use a pattern. I have a nice vest that I've worn a lot. It's a bluish green, and I love the slim fit that it fits me. I literally just laid it on top of my material and made it nice and neat. And then I took some chalk and outlined it, and then cut it and hope for the best.
You did a very, very good job. It looks
It works from
fantastic.
5 foot away. It works. If you get up close, you're like, yeah,
Mish Mish likes it.
He used a machine to stitch that.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, by the way, I made a new apron.
Yeah, show him that.
Yeah.
It's got straps on
And
it.
okay, so do you remember a
Hold on,
while?
hold on. Let me tuck your. There
Oh,
you go.
thank you. Do you remember a while back I was telling you like my biggest insecurity is the fact that I can't sew, which for most people these days is absolutely nonsense. Like who cares? But among the reenacting community, that's a big deal.
It's
I
a
mean,
big deal.
women will look down on you if you say you can't sew, just like they would have 200 some years ago. So I've kind of realized that I can sew. I just hate sewing machines because I have a lead foot. Yeah. So now I hand sew everything, like 100%, even the long hems. This is all hand sewn, and I find that I'm much more in control, and I made this without a pattern as well.
Yeah. Turn, show 'em. It's got straps on it.
It has straps.
So this is a very 1820s style with the straps.
Right.
We've got a button to secure it in the back here.
Yeah, so I made this and it
You've
has
got
two
pleats,
big pockets.
2 big pockets, and you got
Right.
pleats on it. It's
Right.
very nice.
So I'm trying to force myself to do it because if you don't make yourself do something, you'll never be good at it.
Exactly. And I'm proud of you. You're doing very good. When I first met you, you're like, I ain't doing that. I was actually sewing some stuff for her.
Yeah.
Now,
he
I'm no
was.
seamstress. I'm just the guy who waits last minute. Oh, crap. Tonight's Halloween. I need a costume. Okay. I literally did this the night before the ball. That's why I use the machine, because it's fast. But
Right.
no, I'm very proud. You are doing the tedious work that I hate to do.
Right.
And I applaud you for that.
Thank you.
Because you did not take the easy way out. You went the long way.
Thank you. You know, but for me though, the sewing machine is the hard way because I keep making mistakes and then having to thread the bobbin and everything. It's a nightmare. I hate it.
It is a nightmare whenever the bobbin runs out and you're almost done every time. Even if you start with a full one, you almost get done with your project and you've done like this long line or whatever, and then you run out. It's like, oh man.
I'd rather just hand sew it. I've also realized that I really like 100% linen thread. So this is 100% cotton with undyed linen thread. And you just gotta figure out what works for you. I'm still not at the level yet where I feel like I'm ready to sew a full-on dress, but I feel like I'm almost there.
The linen thread is nice. It's very strong.
It is. You know, while I'm standing up, maybe you can see it now.
21 weeks.
21 weeks.
And in case you didn't know, there are 2 roses there, and we're going to tell you which one it is. It's going to be blue or is it going to be pink? Is it a boy or a girl? We do know. We found out the other day, and we're very excited. When do you want to announce it? You want to do it now or you want to wait?
We're going to wait. Make them suffer.
All right, yeah, we need them views. You guys need to keep watching.
Yeah. So the thing is about Empire dresses, you kind of look pregnant all of the time, but not really at the same time. So Empire waistline is where
the bust is.
the below the bust and it flows out. But like I feel like you can't really see it, right? Mm-hmm. You can't see it until I do this.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, boom, she's undercover. She's got an undercover baby in there.
Speaking of undercover, we can get to some of these strawberries that are covered with chocolate.
I'm going to sit down and do that.
There you go.
Thank you. They have long rat tails on them.
Don't say that. Now I don't want to eat it.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, it's chocolate a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is pretty good strawberries for middle winter.
Because they're imported. Or they would have been grown in a hut box back in the day.
A hot box is like a small little greenhouse.
I love chocolate covered strawberries.
I don't have nothing.
Yeah, me either. Do you like chocolate covered strawberries? I know it's not everyone's cup of tea.
I'll be honest with you, they don't really turn me on, but this is pretty darn good.
Well then.
So take that for what it's worth.
Right. I'm just gonna help myself over here.
What we got on here next? We've got Weird History. Okay. This week's Weird History resembles around babies.
Babies.
Yes, and this comes from Justine. Justine actually found this Weird History fact.
Okay. This week's Weird History fact. Go.
Now, it would be hard to pronounce this lady's name. She's from Russia.
Russia.
Vasvidanya. That's the only word I know how to say in Russian. And it sounds cool. I think it means goodbye.
Yeah, when you say it in a serious voice. Vasvidanya. From Russia with love.
Alright, this lady, Valentina Vasilyevu, was a poor peasant from Russia. She lived from 1707 to 1782, meaning she died around the age of 74 or 75. She still, to this day, holds the record for the most children to be born by a single woman.
Like the Guinness Book.
Any guesses?
The Guinness Book of World Records. She's in it. And she's from the 18th century.
Nobody wants to beat her at this. Not this number.
Man, I'm on my first one. These are rookie numbers. Okay, what do you think, guys? 10 kids, 20 kids, 30 kids? What do you think?
I was thinking it was about 30.
30 kids is a lot of kids for one woman to make.
It is, but she had, if you guess, 69 children. You are correct. And 16 pairs of twins and 7 sets of triplets. And I guess the rest are singles. Wait, there's more. 4 sets were quadruplets?
Quadruplets?
How is this woman alive? I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be rude,
not
but
anymore, but
back then having 4 kids, I mean today it's a miracle and it's a astonishing feat to have 4 kids, but back then with no fancy medical stuff like we got today, how do they survive?
No, IVF, I think that's what they call it.
Yeah, something like that. Painkillers and suture, disinfect and all that.
How does that happen? It means that the woman is making 4 eggs.
Yeah.
Every month, and all 4 eggs were fertilized, so she's having 4 babies at one time.
Now, this is still a high number, so that means she was only in the giving birth process 27 times. The first time was at 18 years old. She died the same year as her husband. Her husband was Theodore.
Theodore.
Spelt with an F. I've never seen that. Usually it's Theodore, but this is Theodore.
Theodore.
He had a second wife and had 18 children with her too, making him the father of 87 kids. So maybe he holds the record, but no, he does not. The most kids from a single man is a man named Jonathan. I can't read his last name, but he's Dutch. He's
still alive.
Yes, he's a modern man, and he is one of them that donates his stuff for people who need help to get pregnant. And he has fathered over 1,000 children.
Right. They made a Netflix documentary about him, like the father of 1,000 kids. Now, what's his name again? Jonathan? He says, no. They're exaggerating. I haven't fathered 1,000 kids. I've only fathered 550-ish kids. That's what he says. He says the Netflix documentary is exaggerating it. It's only 500 kids. Give me a break.
The next gentleman's name is Musa, and he is from Uganda, which is in Africa. And he had 12 wives. He had 102 children, but guess how many grandchildren? That's why he's on the list. The grandchildren isn't crazy.
But he has 102 kids.
102 kids.
And now this one's doing it the old-fashioned way, whereas the previous guy, the Dutch guy, was doing it with like modern techniques, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. This guy must be like the tribal leader or something.
Yeah, he must have a lot of money.
I don't know, he's probably broke.
Well, you're right, now he's probably broke.
He's got 578 grandchildren.
Whoa!
That's expensive at Christmas time.
Jeez. Whoa! I don't even think you would begin to attempt to give them gifts. You don't even try at that point.
I don't know what you would do. Give them a penny.
12 wives?
500 pennies is $5. Give them each a penny.
Now, having multiple wives is confusing me because let's go back to that 18th century guy.
He had 2 wives.
He had 2 wives. I'm very confused about this because when I looked up the years, they were married at the same time to 2 women. He was married to 2 women at the same time.
It's Russia. Maybe they're into the polygamy or whatever.
Not anymore. They don't do that anymore. Orthodox Christians don't do that.
Were they that in the 18th century over there?
I think so. Yeah, but this particular guy...
he was a bad man.
He was a bad man. Very strange. He had 2 wives, and with each wife, he had an insane amount of children.
Yeah, especially with the one. She had the 16 pairs of twins, 7 sets of triplets, and 4 sets of quadruplets.
That is a record I probably will not be breaking.
You will not. We can't afford that.
My health can't afford that. I won't even remember the names of these kids.
People think we're rich because we're on TV. We're broke. We're building a house.
We ain't even on TV.
We're on the internet.
We're on the internet.
Internet's where like the rejects go. It's like, hey, look at this. Look at this guy we've seen at Walmart. You know.
Oh yeah.
Who are those people?
People of Walmart. That's us.
Speaking of house, we have started laying down the flooring on the house. The drywall has been hung, which we told you guys that 2 weeks ago in the last video. We're still waiting for the mud to happen on it, but we decided to go ahead and move forward with the flooring because it's going to take a while because we are pre-drilling and hammering square cut nails into each hole.
Manually, you have to. And another reason is because I can currently help Ron with doing that.
Yes.
But in a few months, I will not probably realistically be able to bend over that much. So that's why right now we're like, okay, let's do the floor now because it's just him and me doing it. It's hard on one man.
It is hard. It's hard on your knees. Let me tell you that. This ain't this fake 1/4 inch stuff from the hardware store. This is real wood. So you got to cut it. You got to mark the holes. You got to pre-drill the holes. We have found that we have to countersink the holes because these square head nails will still split the wood. Because you don't want the nail head sitting on top of the wood. Because that's gonna like rip your sock when you go to walk through the house. It's not gonna be comfortable. So we had to countersink the holes by like this tiny bit, and then hammer the head into it. The head is roughly the size of I don't know, maybe a little bigger than the eraser end of a pencil.
The size of your pinky. Yeah, pinky nail.
Yeah, that's good.
Right.
And these nails are actually made in Massachusetts here in America by the oldest nail company that's still operationable today. I believe it's called TCN or TNC. I forget. I'll put the picture up. But nice product.
Yeah, they've been making these nails since the early 1800s. It's absolutely perfect then for the kind of house we're building.
Absolutely.
We're going for about 1820 for this house, by the way. That's the vibe we're going.
Federal.
Vibe, if you will, of this house. So we've only been uploading once every other week now, but we've gotten a lot done because of that.
Yes, we have. Well, next up on our list here, we got a cheat sheet because there's so much stuff. Is the gender reveal.
The gender reveal.
Who is it? What is it? What's it gonna be?
Okay, what did you guys? We put out a poll in the community tab, and I'm curious what you voted for. I read all the old wives' tales, whatever symptoms that I was having, so I'll go through it again. Craving orange juice like absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Very minimal to no morning sickness.
Meat. You like meat?
Eating meat more than I usually do, for sure.
Especially beef. You've eaten more beef than ever.
That's a good point. I was never much of a beef eater. I was more of a chicken person and a seafood person. I can't eat seafood.
Beef is what's for dinner.
Yeah. Also, my skin is doing pretty good. I'm not breaking out like some pregnant women say they get acne, hormonal acne. Haven't had that issue whatsoever. Do you think I'm carrying low or high? I'm not really sure about that. I think I'm carrying high, but I'm not really sure. It just kind of looks like I swallowed a watermelon seed right now, so I don't know. And I'm trying to think if there's any other old wives' tales.
I don't remember if there are any.
In the beginning, I could not eat anything sugary.
Right, but now you have no problem.
Yeah, now I'm okay.
Back to sugar.
Right. Okay.
Well, bring the bottle over here.
Here's what we're gonna do.
And then whichever one it's not, we're going to remove. So I'll take this side, you take the other side, and then whichever one that it's not will be left in the vase on the count of 3. How about that?
Okay. Yeah, we're not doing the spectacular smoke bomb gender thing. Sorry, guys, but...
Oh, get up there, Ron, with the musket and fire it.
So what do you think? If it's a girl, she's going to be named Rose.
Yes.
If it's a boy, he's going to be Ronald the 4th. He's the 3rd.
So, on the count of 3, we'll remove one of these flowers, because there's only one. We ain't having twins.
No, we know that. We know already. It's just one.
Alright. Do you want to do the count, or you want me to count?
I can do it.
Alright.
Place your final bets. What do you think? 3, 2, 1.
Go!
It's you, silly! You pull the rose out.
But we're not having a girl though.
Oh,
we're having a boy.
I think I misunderstood.
Surprise! It's a boy.
Yeah, we're having a boy. That's right.
You were supposed to pull the rose out.
I totally misunderstood. My bad. Okay, yeah, we're having a Ronald Richard Rayfield the 4th.
Little Ronnie.
We're referring to him now as Little Ronnie.
Little Ronald.
To not confuse him with the other Ron.
Yes, so my grandfather was Ronald Richard Rayfield Sr. My dad is Ronald Richard Rayfield Jr. I'm Ronald Richard Rayfield III, so now it's to be Ronald Richard Rayfield V.I. or I.V.
I.V.
I.V. And hopefully he'll have a son one day and he will continue on the tradition because I'm going to instill it in his mind. Son, you got to do it. You got to do it. It's cool. We've come this far. You got to keep going.
Yeah, you got to keep going. So I think most of you did vote for a boy.
I think so.
I think in this case, the old wives' tales were accurate, but I 100% knew from the beginning that I was having a boy. It's hilarious because I have like my Amazon wish list, which is only for me, by the way, just so I can look at the stuff I want to get, and I titled it Little Boys Clothes. 2 or 3 months ago, because I knew I was having a boy.
Intuition.
I just had this intuition. I didn't even have a single girl item saved or picked out anywhere because I just knew it was a boy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm happy that it's a boy, but I would have been just as happy if it was a girl too. But I am really excited that it's a boy.
Because you can relate and teach him.
Yes.
Dangerous things.
Yes. Dangerous things.
Dangerous things.
No, I would have been happy with either. So one day we will be pulling that, hopefully, out of the vase, that color.
Yes. Yep. And I'm due June 25th, God willing.
Yep.
And when we did the ultrasound, it wasn't even close. We could tell for sure that it was a boy.
Yes, good for him.
He was very proud to show it. And the baby looks very, very healthy.
Yeah, everything measured.
Everything's normal.
Proper with the head and the legs and all that, and the spine was good and straight.
Yeah.
He was going to town though. He was like, was kicking and swimming everywhere. We were in there for almost an hour. Lady's like, he won't lay still.
No.
And then finally he got still, but he was in the wrong position, so we couldn't get the measurement of the spine or something, or a picture, yeah.
So I had to go to the bathroom and then come back and then lay on my side, and she was hoping that then he would have moved, and he didn't. So I just kind of had to
wiggle with it.
And then finally he got the idea and he moved over, and so she was able to take a picture of his spine.
Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of going crazy, going to town, my placenta is in the front.
So you can't feel the kicking.
So
right?
I couldn't feel the kicking until 3 days ago. Usually women feel it way sooner than 21 weeks, but because I have this thing as an insulator, I couldn't feel it. Well, 3 days ago, finally, it feels like this. Like someone's flicking me from the inside out, but it's still so subtle. Very, very subtle.
Well, you don't want
No, I don't. I don't want it. But I have to admit, in the beginning, it's very exciting. But I'm sure once I get to 8 or 9 months, I'll be like, oh. Considering how he was moving on the screen. But right now, it's very, very exciting. So, yes, we're having a little Ronnie.
Yes, so very, very excited about that.
Yes,
you know what else is exciting? I have a surprise for you.
You have a surprise?
I have a surprise. Sit right there.
What's
You'll
this?
get the surprise.
What's this?
I have Valentine's Day surprise for you.
Okay, Ron. I actually really don't know what he's about to do.
I had to sneak and...
What is this? Should I move this?
No, I'll put it over here.
Okay.
Now, I did not paint this box. We got this at the fort because it's pretty, but
Beautiful
it works
box.
perfect for this occasion.
Handmade box, by the
It
way.
is fragile, so be careful.
Okay. What is this, Ron?
I got you something for Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh, Ron! This is so pretty! Oh my goodness, I love it!
Oh, yes.
Oh my goodness, where'd you find this? This is perfect!
Those are the words every man wants to hear.
Whoa, this comes with everything. It's a dressing set.
Yep.
A toilet set.
It's a pink lusterware.
Oh my gosh, he knows I absolutely am obsessed with lusterware.
Yep.
Wow, this... I am speechless. This is gorgeous.
I'm glad you think so.
This is like... This
Very
is...
pretty.
Oh my goodness, Ron! This... I'm speechless.
You
I
put
don't know
your
what to
perfumes
say.
and oils in these bottles. Now, it's not perfect. It is an antique.
It's perfect to me.
There's a chip in this one here, so you have to be careful.
Oh.
And there's a catch.
What?
This thing went through a fire. Not my fault. The person that was selling it, I'll tell you. Guess how much I paid for this?
Wait, it literally went through a fire?
This lid particularly.
Okay.
That's why I got this super cheap. Guess how much I got this for?
I don't know, because I feel like if I was to buy this from eBay, for example, it would be probably $100-something.
I got this for $24.99
Whoa!
at the local antique mall in St. John, because this piece went through the fire. Now, I tried oven cleaner. I tried peroxide. I tried baking soda. I even tried lemon juice. Lemon juice did do a little bit, but then that was the first thing I tried, and it did nothing after. So, unfortunately, this one is cooked on there, but the rest of them are very beautiful, pretty pink. So, if you can live with that...
Are you kidding me? This is no bother to me at all.
So, I apologize for that.
I don't even necessarily need that on there anyway. I can put like little cotton balls or something in there. This set is absolutely amazing. I did not think you got me anything at all.
Yeah. These are candle holders, and then I guess you put your pomade or your blush in there.
Right, your rouge.
Or your rouge, yeah.
How in the world did you sneak this around me? We spent all day together. How did you do
Well,
this?
we were asked to help with decorating for the King's Ball this year in St. Genevieve. So we went 2 days before the ball, and we set up. Now, there was the following day, the day before the ball, I went by there to help Aaron, our good friend Aaron, who needed a little bit of help screening the rest of the lights, and I was early because I was working at the house before that. I was like, you know what? I'm going to swing into the antique mall, see if they got anything. Maybe I can find something for Valentine's Day. And I was on like the last row or whatever, and I seen this. And I'm a little ticked off. There should have been another piece in this, because there was another piece of lusterware. It was a chamber pot, but it was a pink lusterware chamber pot.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm dead
We
serious.
need to go back and get it.
I'm dead serious. And it had no price tag on it, had the same pink, had the gold around the thing, and it was sitting right here with this. There was only a price tag on the platter. It said set of 13.
Okay.
So if you count all these lids and everything, you get 13. But it was sitting with it, and there was no price on it. I told the lady, I was like, they probably just miscounted. Like, I'm not trying to rip you off, but this is pink lusterware as well, because the designs are exactly the same, so why would it not be included with it? And so she tried calling the lady, and apparently the lady lives in Key West. That's where the number went to. She's like,
Wait,
well, she actually lives in Key West, or it's her daughter, or some crap like that.
And we live in Missouri.
But anyways, they couldn't get a hold of her, so the chamber pot is still sitting there. I don't know if there's even a thing on it. It's not the sexiest thing, but if it's pink lusterware and it comes with it, I want it.
What has
for
like
$24.
Okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. We're going there tomorrow. I collect pink lusterware, which was popular in the first half of the 1800s.
Mm-hmm.
I have a whole tea set, a couple other things. This is Ronald Rayfield.
Now, the platter's in the best condition.
No, it looks great.
It still has all the gold around it. The other ones, a little bit of the gold's wore off. I mean, I don't know how old it is. It's over 100 years old, probably.
Oh my gosh, Ron.
I'm glad you like it. Okay.
Kiss me. I am speechless. I mean, this is really, really beautiful. This is so me.
And it's all been washed, too.
Oh.
Yep.
Thank you. I'm just wondering how the heck this thing was in a fire.
I don't know.
This person's bedroom caught on fire? Oh my.
Well, this is the only piece that got fire damage.
Right,
so,
which is really strange.
And it's not soot. It like actually cooked the paint.
Are you haunted?
Unfortunately, but
I really wonder how old this is. You know, the fact that it's not marked tells you that usually it's actually an older piece.
There's no markings on any of
right.
this. I looked.
A lot of the older pieces, like pre-Civil War, were not marked. After that, people started to think that brands were more sellable and markable, as opposed to the quality of the item itself. So that's when they started writing the brand. And now everything these days is all about brands. Chanel, Dior, Prada. But back then it was just the quality of the item is what you were looking for, not the one who made it, really. Now,
I have to admit, I did make you a card.
Yeah.
But I forgot to stick it in there, but you just have to wait. Because tomorrow is actually Valentine's Day, and we're going to a Brazilian buffet. I don't know what to expect, but I'm sure it's going to be awesome.
We've never had Brazilian food, ever.
So I'll give you the card then.
Oh my gosh, Ron. Seriously, this is amazing.
If you guys want good deals,
so
go to the
nice.
Antique Mall in St. Genevieve.
Yeah.
$24.99 to get you this.
I'm really surprised you found that there, because this
It was the last row. And I'll be on. I'm not trying to be mean, but their stuff there is mostly 20th century stuff, which we're not really into. But sometimes you can find something in the past, or you'll find something like this that's kind of snuck in there. This was snuck in there because I'd walked through the whole place, and I was at the last row, and there was maybe like 5 booths left.
Right.
And I'm just kind of walking. It's like, did a double look. Wait a minute.
This is a treasure.
I would have got it if it was $100 probably, because I know you love pink lusterware.
Marry me.
I already did. Look at your hand. Which, by the way, I still don't have mine on because mine does not fit me. Yes, I wore it for the wedding, of course, because I'm not a jerk.
We gotta have a ring.
So I wore it that day, but it is not comfortable. And while we're still building this house, I refuse to spend over $1,000 on a legit ring.
I refuse to let him do it because we went to the jeweler and we want matching rings. Now, this is my 3-time great grandma's wedding ring.
Yes.
From like 1911. It's rose gold, and that's how I was able to afford it and to get it. But then we went to the jeweler in St. John and we looked at the catalog because we want matching.
Want one that resembles it.
As thick as this one, the width. Yeah, and she said it would be $1,200 or something.
And that was on the low end.
And I felt so guilty. I said, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
That's a waste for what is this?
Not until we're done with the house. When we're done with the house, I want to get a nice one. I still put mine on. I'll put mine on tomorrow for Valentine's Day, but it's not comfortable to wear. I don't want to say there's a burr. I've even took some like 1,000 grit sandpaper and tried to make it nicer, but all the rose gold finish on it
It's
is
fake.
like rubbed off.
We got it for $70.
Yeah.
So
you get what you pay for, but it worked for the day there. So I'll always keep it because I had them engrave Ron and Justine and the date of the wedding on it. But I'll get a real one day. But also, they didn't wear them back then.
True.
That is a 20th century thing. Thank you to World War I, World War II, the gentlemen going off, and they wanted something to remember their lives by. So before then, it was probably only like really rich people or people who were overly affectionate and romantic that would wear rings. The wife would wear a ring.
The wife
but
would
the gentlemen
wear a ring.
or the men would not.
So we're going to talk then about how something has changed. Societal norms. Because you mentioned the ring. That made me think of this week's cool history fact.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so let me... here's the lid to that absolutely gorgeous box.
Yes.
Which, by the way, was another gift that you got me last year.
At the fort, I forget the lady's name at the moment, but we'll cover some folk art coming up this spring. There's actually an event at the fort, the Colonial Market Fair in April, and this lady's going to be there. And,
right. Gorgeous.
We'll talk about some of this stuff in a couple shows from now.
Gorgeous stuff. This is... Oh my gosh, Ron, this is amazing. Okay, let me move out of the way, because it's very distracting, because it's very beautiful.
Can I have some more milk, please?
Yes, so let me just quickly move this out of the way. This is going on my dressing table in our new house, 100%, guaranteed your money back. Even if it's haunted, I don't care.
It's haunted.
Yeah, because why the fire? It's very strange. It's a poltergeist. It spontaneously bursts in flames.
Thank you.
Okay, so this week's cool history fact has to do, again, with children and babies, because we're obviously on that trend right now.
Yes.
Okay, Ron, give me a roll, please.
This week's super cool
It's super cool.
history fact.
Yo. Okay, so, a while back we had the pink and the blue rose here.
Yes.
Now, what is it? Like, blue is a boy,
Yeah.
and pink is a girl.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, when you become an adult, a girl can wear blue. Half of my closet is blue, for crying out loud. So it's not like super strict when you're an adult. But when you're a baby, and I think the reason why we do this is because most newborn babies, you can't really tell the gender of them.
They look the same.
Oh, most of them, you cannot tell the gender. So in order to tell the gender, parents will dress their little boy in blue, and their little girl will be dressed in pink.
Mm-hmm.
But was it like that back in our time period?
Not all the time, no.
No, it was not. And I thought this was absolutely fascinating because it shows how we take things for granted these days, and we just think that, people have been doing that since the dawn of time, since the first sunrise. But in reality, once upon a time, girls wore blue and boys wore pink.
Which is just light red.
Yeah, we're gonna get into it. And when did that...
It's a boy. Woo!
It's a boy. It's a girl. And when did that switch? Shockingly recently.
20th century.
About World War II is when it switched. I can't believe it.
Hard to believe.
It's hard to believe. What in the world am I talking about? Okay, so once upon a time, boys were associated with wearing pink because pink is a shade of red. It's considered to be light red, and red is a fiery, passionate, strong color. So it was associated with masculinity, with strength and power, like fire. Whereas blue is a very calming, peaceful color.
Like the sky.
Like the sky.
Unless it's on fire, of course.
Yeah, but then it's no longer blue.
The sky's on fire. I'm sorry.
So it's a very peaceful color. It's associated then with femininity. And that's why still to this day, if you're a Catholic, Mother Mary, she wears a blue and a white robe. Because originally when that tradition started, it was a time where blue was considered to be a very feminine color. So in the 18th century, 19th century, and earlier, if you said you were having a girl, as a young baby, she could have worn blue. And if you said you were having a boy, he could have worn pink. Now, as an adult, you're free to wear whatever color you want, but cheetah. So if cheetah was a color, yeah. Another interesting thing is that little girls and little boys used to wear dresses until they were potty trained, which depends on, what is it, 2 years old maybe?
Oh my gosh, poor kid.
Yeah, 2 years old. And I thought this was unusual myself. And when did they stop doing this? Again, they didn't stop doing this until the early 20th century.
Now, we're talking, in the 20th century, we're kind of talking about, like, uppity people. The people here in the backwoods were probably not wearing dresses.
It's hard to know.
They would have got their butt kicked.
I actually think it's the opposite. I think if you were very poor, you were so poor that you didn't have separate baby clothes for a boy and a girl.
Well, maybe you just wore like a long shirt.
Yeah, you would have worn a long shirt.
It looks like a gown.
So I looked into this. Why did you look at these paintings, these old paintings, and you think this is a young girl because of what she's wearing? No, this is actually a young boy.
That's why he's not smiling.
Okay, why are young boys wearing a dress? And then it just clicked in my mind, wait a second, why aren't they wearing it today? Because it turns out that you would have worn it until you were potty trained. So you were wearing diapers. Now, wearing diapers, you have to have a diaper change many times a day. Changing a diaper on an infant wearing pants is much more difficult than when they're just wearing a long dress. Because if they're wearing a long dress, you just hike it up and change a diaper. But if you're wearing pants, especially back then with all the buttons that were involved, they didn't have zippers. So it was 5 different buttons you had to undo and all that. It's actually stupid that we do it. It's actually kind of dumb that we have little 1-year-old boys wearing pants now, because every time you have to undo the pants and all that. Well, back then they would just... That's how they changed the diaper. And when they were of the age where they were finally transitioning to wearing pants, aka breeches, they were, I believe it was called breeching. It was almost like a rite of passage. You're no longer a baby. You're a kid, but you're no longer a baby. So you go through something called breeching, which is where you're finally wearing your first pants as a boy. Breeching. Yeah, so why now do we have pink for a girl and blue for a boy after thousands of years?
I don't know.
The explanation is hilariously dumb and simple, and they've been wearing pink for boys and blue for girls until World War II. So the Ladies' Home Journal wrote in 1918... The generally accepted rule is pink for the boys and blue for the girls. The reason is that pink, being a more decided and stronger color, is more suitable for the boy, while blue, which is more delicate and dainty, is prettier for the girl. That means they've been doing this until relatively recently, really. I say 20th century. I was born in the 20th century.
So was
I. Okay, so why did it change?
Why did it change?
Because fashion, baby. Madonna, Vogue. Because sometimes we can't, there's no explanation for it. You see your neighbors doing it, you do it, and then your neighbor sees you're doing it, and you do it. Trends. Exactly. The trend changed. One person started it, another person liked it, and then another person liked it, and it just spread. And consumer trends changed around World War II for the colors. For colors. And the color trends change all the time. I mean, things that men would have worn in the 18th century color-wise,
leopard,
we would not normally get away with today. Like wearing lime green with bright pink and blue all together.
No way.
But back then, that was the height of fashion. But
you look like a clown.
It's not trendy anymore. So really, there's no logical explanation for it. We just changed. The trends changed. And that's the trend that we're currently in right now, is pink for baby girls and blue for baby boys.
Yeah.
Yep, so
I
that
like
is...
Blue's my favorite color.
Blue is your favorite color. I say purple is my favorite color, but literally everything I own is blue, so I think I'm in denial.
It's right next to it in the color scheme.
It is a berry color.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of those missing.
Yeah, I just ate like 3 of them. I kind of have regrets, but I'm liking them more now. The more I eat them, the more I like them. Woo!
You do make those at home. They're very good. I would be eating more, but I feel a little guilty about my sugar intake.
Maybe I'll eat one more strawberry.
Those aren't gonna last the evening. I'll just tell you that. But I need a little break from the sugar.
Yummy.
Very, very yummy. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this week. It was fun. And I hope you have a good Valentine's Day, which you can spend Valentine's Day by yourself. It's perfectly fine.
Hey, I did it for whatever the math is right before I knew you, so.
Yeah.
It ain't that big a deal.
Yeah.
Just order you a big old pizza or something and treat yourself.
Treat yourself.
Or go to a buffet.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're going to do. That's the only way we know to celebrate love is eating.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Take care. We love you. We'll be seeing you soon. Happy Valentine's Day.
Bye-bye.